Thank you for joining us. Looking forward to the tweets.
The Emmy Awards in a ratings slide. That's according to numbers coming in. Host Stephen Colbert kicking off this year's Emmy Awards with a lot of jokes and jabs about President Trump. Again, this year's Emmy broadcast hitting a new all-time ratings low. This is according to initial ratings, reportedly down more than 2% to below last year's record low at that time of 11.3 million viewers. Let's take a quick look at how CBS stock did today, ending the day in the red. Let's bring in the political power panel. Patrice Lee Onwuka with the Independent Women's Forum and Democrat strategist Danielle McLaughlin. Good to see you both.
Same here.
How are you doing, Liz? Nice.
You know, Patrice, it's the celebrities' First Amendment right to have their opinion. Personally, I don't care. They can do whatever. But this was wall-to-wall blasting President Trump. And not all Emmy viewers are Trump voters. Even the Democrats we've talked to, they're saying, you know what, stop.
Yeah, it's about time someone on the left calls out these liberal elites. You know, they've thought the strategy is we control culture, then we'll change people's minds. And Americans have responded by changing the channel. We see this with Miss America and Miss USA. We see this spilling over into sports. You know, I think Americans are saying, stay in your lane. I watch you on television or in the movies for a reason, but I'm not listening to your politics because I just don't agree with it.
You know, Danielle, NFL ratings also taking a dip, according to reports. Looks like viewers basically are jumping ship. The first week of the season down 14% year over year. Some blame the hurricane season. But, you know, we do have NFL players continuing to protest the national anthem during games. We have Seattle Seahawks player Michael Bennett. He basically sat during the anthem yesterday over the alleged racial profiling incident in Las Vegas last month. You know, he then basically raised a single fist after a tackle during the game. What are your thoughts with the NFL? First, we want to take a look at some of the stocks of cable companies that air NFL games, all ending the day in the red. Again, lowest level of ratings for the NFL since 2009. What do you think?
No, you're right. And I think Harvey and Irma had something to do with opening weekend for the NFL. And you might say, I think there were 18 million viewers for the NFL on Sunday, which probably hurt the Emmys, you know, in relation back to what we were talking about as well. There's always been politics in sport. There's always been protest in sport. I think about the apartheid backlash internationally against South Africa in the 70s and 80s. I think about the fact that the US boycotted the Olympics in 1980.
But people don't want on a Sunday night to look at politics, right?
I think
it's kind of tedious and predictable.
I think that people are looking for other options, and I think that they will absolutely. They will go to Hulu or Netflix or some of these other things, and that's also why
that's
the
the point. It could,
right, they have choice.
This is a business decision they're making, these networks, to have it. And as cord cutting is coming on,
yes,
it's a dangerous decision. I hear what you're saying. Again, of course, it's their opinion, First Amendment, free speech rights, but you know, there's an implication.
There may be a commercial price to it. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Rolling Stone magazine up for sale. The founder, Jan Wenner, said during an interview that he hoped to find a buyer that understood Rolling Stone's mission. Lots of money involved here. This after putting up controversial covers that include wishing Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was the U.S. president. Another cover seeming to glorify the then suspect in the Boston Marathon attacks. The magazine took a hard hit a few years back when it published a story about a campus rape at the University of Virginia. That was later debunked. What do you think, Patrice? Did this magazine lose its journalistic reputation?
A long time ago. I mean, in 2015, we saw that they were already cutting staff, and last year they sold off, I guess, a minority share of the company. So this is just the next step. It's interesting, though, that they want to continue this progressive, ultra-liberal perspective for a magazine. There are a lot of other competitors out there who are promoting the same thing, and I think their, traditional readers have moved on to lots of other outlets that are providing the same information on music and celebrities and whatever they had to provide.
Yeah. What do you think, Danielle? Quickly.
Well, I think there's a couple of things. Their subscriptions are pretty even over the last couple of years. Part of this is strategic, rolling off some of the company to online platforms. The case with the rape claim was obviously very unfortunate, but I think this is strategic.
Patrice and Danielle, thank you so much for your time. Now, an outcry from liberal Harvard groups for